Hey guys, welcome to another reading. Today's reading is all about your next relationship. So we're going to be seeing who you'll be dating next, what they're going to be like, whatever information we can find out about them. So if it's your first time watching one of these readings, basically you are going to find the card that you feel really drawn to, the card that just seems to be pulling you in, drawing in your energy. And then once you've made your mind up, then you'll scroll down to the timestamps in the comments and in the description and jump right into your pile. So I'm going to show you guys the numbers on each of the piles. So this is card number 1, then we have card 2, card 3, and card 4. So I also want to mention to you guys that I do have my Patreon up. So if you like how I read tarot, then that's where you can go if you want to see more of my readings. There's a ton of readings for you to watch over there, about 50 additional readings. I just posted one about how to improve your love life. So if you're wanting to have a relationship come in soon for you, then you definitely might want to watch that one just to get some guidance and advice for how to get the love life you've wanted and some wisdom from spirit on what you should change or do differently to make that happen. But as soon as you sign up for my Patreon, you don't just get access to that reading, you get access to all of my readings. So like I said, about 50 additional readings about life, love, spirituality, career, relocation, so many different topics. So like I said, if you like how I read tarot, that's where you can head to get more of my content. I would love to see you there. And if you're interested, head to the link underneath the timestamps in the comments and the description to join me over on Patreon. Also, if you guys want a private one-on-one reading with me, you can also get that at my website, briarrosetarot.com, and sign up for a half hour or a full hour-long session with me. Have me pull tarot for you, do your astrology, channel mediumship, or channel intuitively. You can do a year ahead reading. You can focus on love during your readings, do a career reading, or just a general open channeling reading. You really get to decide, and there's a lot of different choices over there, from pre-recorded readings to live readings. So if you want that, head to my website, briarrosetarot.com, and the link is in my description for that as well. So I think that's about all I have to say, you guys. If you need more time to decide, you can totally feel free to rewind, pause, and take as much time as you need. But we are going to go ahead and jump into pile 1. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. So if you guys picked this pink card, then this is going to be your reading. You guys got the 5 of Swords, Strength, Temperance, 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups reverse, Queen of Pentacles, and the Empress. So the first thing is, as I was preparing for this reading, I kept hearing the letter G being said in my mind. So maybe this person might have some G initials somewhere in their name. They might also just be like a G, I guess, like a cool guy. But I kept hearing G. So if you know someone with a G, maybe it could be them. But the first thing that's coming through is, first of all, it might have been a while for some of you since you actually had a relationship. And I feel like this person, first of all, is going to be very physically fit. This person is going to be in amazing shape. They're probably, if they're like a guy, going to have very visible muscles and maybe defined abs or something like that. If it's a woman, she might just be, I don't know, doing Pilates or in good shape for her body. But it does feel like this person really cares about their physical appearance and puts a lot of effort into it. And I feel like that's very important to their lifestyle. Honestly, this person's energy feels very busy. It feels like they have accomplished a lot in life. And honestly, I feel like they're very picky with who they date, and honestly it feels you guys are the same. You guys are a little bit picky, a little bit choosy, and so that might have been why it's been a while for you since you last dated someone. I feel like what's coming through is that your person really wants you to kind of relax into them in this relationship, so they really might want to kind of make everything happen for you, possibly even like pay for you at times. Especially if you're a feminine energy, they might really care about like paying the bill, at the restaurant, or buying you nice things, something like that. Or if you're a guy watching, it could be that this is a very, very feminine woman, because what's so interesting is we got the Queen of Pentacles reversed followed by the Empress. So the Empress is in repose, she's very relaxed. And then the Queen of Pentacles, it might be that this person really doesn't want you to have to pay for a thing, doesn't want to have you have to have you worry about anything like that. Or if you're a guy, that this is going to be a woman who expects you to pay for things, pay the bills. But I feel like the woman in this relationship becomes very beautiful as a result, very relaxed, very chilled out. It's almost like some of you feminines who are watching this, maybe for a while you've had to put your guard up, or you've had to be really independent, you've had to do things for yourself, and it feels like this person wants to come in and kind of take a load off you and kind of relax you and kind of let you like fall onto them. You know what I mean? So maybe in the past you've been kind of like feeling like you had to do everything yourself, and this person, especially if you're a woman watching, asking about men, you know, then they definitely want to take care of you, look after you, make sure that you're feeling calm, feeling really good. I feel like this person is just so physically attracted to you. They see you as really beautiful and hypnotizing. And I'm hearing pile one, a lot of you guys have really high standards. So in the past, you might not have been open to dating anyone. If they had something slightly wrong with them, you might have been like, okay, no, on to the next. But I feel like your person kind of likes that you're a little prickly, and they're the same way. They're also not just wanting to date anyone, they also have really high standards. So in a way, I feel like they actually like this about you, and you guys might have a little bit of a relationship where you kind of banter with that Five of Swords, or you guys have very spirited arguments or debates. Not arguments like full-on arguments, but more like, you know, a fun debate. Like, you know how sometimes with friends you'll get into like a ridiculous discussion where one person is arguing that, like, you know, guys who like wear a certain type of bathing suit are lame, and you're like, no, they're not, they're awesome, and it's like a stupid silly fight just for fun, and neither one is even taking it seriously, that kind of a thing. Like, I feel like you guys are just having fun debating, or like maybe you in pile one, you guys are very feisty and you're the type to like debate someone, or you are the type to mention to the waiter if they brought the wrong food for you and be like, oh, excuse me, you know, this wasn't what I ordered. And you're that kind of personality, because I feel like this person really likes that you guys are kind of feisty and that you guys are kind of hard to get. So what might have scared other people away in the past and made them be like, oh my God, I can't deal with this person, their standards are too high, whatever, this person actually really, really likes it and wouldn't want to be with someone who is easier. They're kind of looking for a little bit of a challenge, and I feel like they find that with you. There's also a message for some of you guys that if this person doesn't come through right away, like this might be a little bit further off. And I feel like you guys, some of you in this pile have been single for a while, and if that energy continues for a little bit, like if this relationship doesn't happen right away within the next couple of months, I feel like it's going to be so worth the wait. And you are that kind of person who would rather get things right. Like, you know, what I'm seeing is someone at a restaurant who's like, oh, by the way, like, we wanted to cook the steak for you, but it's going to take a little bit longer to get it to whatever you ordered specifically. I don't know. But like maybe someone's like, oh, I'm gluten-free. And they're like, oh, well, we can make it gluten-free, but we're going to have to clean the space. So it's going to take like an extra 30 minutes. But if you want that thing gluten-free, you're going to be like, okay, that's totally fine. And so there's a message for you guys that like, don't get impatient or don't settle in the meantime, because I feel like you guys have excellent taste and all the things you're wanting in a relationship is totally not unreasonable. So this person is going to come in to really prove to you that it is doable, that you do deserve it, and they're just really going to want to spoil you and pamper you and kind of look after you. Like, I feel like this person really loves when you open up and trust them, especially because you don't trust everyone. And I'm hearing that lyric from Lil Peep. I don't remember what song, but he says, put it on me, baby. That's the best part, baby, the trust. And I got nothing for you other than love. Anyway, I can't say some of the other lyrics, but that part is sweet. And I feel like, I can't remember the song name, but yeah, I feel like the trust, like the fact that you will trust this person will mean so much to them, because they're really not, because you don't trust everyone. So there is a message there to be a little bit patient with this, because this person's going to be so worth the wait, and you guys are going to be very aligned. Actually, this person feels like they're very much of a go-getter. They're the type that might even like wake up early, have a schedule, even run a business or be an entrepreneur, have a really interesting lifestyle. And I feel like some of you guys are also very ambitious, or you're hustlers, or you want a lot of things in life. And so actually you guys are very aligned in that. And I feel like that's why sometimes in the past, maybe you've had to be the Queen of Pentacles because like you have some money or you have high standards. And so, you know, other people just haven't been able to keep up with you. And now it's like this person is like, no, I don't even want you in Queen of Pentacles mode. I want you in the Empress mode. I want you relaxed. I want you chill. I want you just in that lovey-dovey energy, like Lavender Haze vibes from Taylor Swift. You know how that's kind of a dreamy song? Like I want you in that mode. I want you chilled out, relaxed, blissed out. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's get some descriptive cards. So Spirit, please, can you give me some descriptions, some characteristics, some qualities of this partner? Oh my God. Wow, as I'm saying, they might want to pay for things for you. We got rich. So if you're a man watching about a woman, it could just be someone who is very bougie. Maybe they have their own money and they're going to expect you to have your own money. I do feel like the dynamic in this relationship period is more so like the masculine paying for the feminine and gentlemanly behavior. So this just might be a girl who has very high standards, and like you got to be bringing your A game if you are a straight guy watching, not to forget all my straight male viewers. But yeah, I feel like this relationship is going to be very like both people really kind of achieving a lot, expecting a lot, and both sides coming through and really, you know, doing things for the other. Okay, so we got in different ways. Voice. So if it's a masculine, they might have a very deep voice, and if it's a feminine, she might have a very high voice, or a very feminine sounding soft voice. We got bone structure. Yeah, I feel like this person is just very objectively good looking. To me, it feels like they're a real physical catch, which is why I think they haven't really settled in the past, or haven't been that like eager to settle down, or just taking whatever, or just like, oh my God, let me just wife this person up because I'm lonely. Like, I feel like they've always been able to get partners. Like if they wanted a short-term fling, that was an option for them. They could probably have lots of different dates on like Tinder or whatever, but they're looking for something long-term. So it's never been a problem for them to get attention, but they're like you, very picky, and they can't find exactly what they want. I feel like you guys are kind of picky together. Like you're both that couple that would kind of be like, I don't think the steak was cooked correctly at this restaurant. You know what I mean? But in a good way. Not saying you guys would be like a nightmare customer, but I feel like you guys just have high standards, and you're right, you know? Like both of you guys, if you were, you know, you both might wear like high-end perfumes and colognes, and if someone tried to like spritz you at the mall with like some cheap low-end just like dollars for a perfume, you'd be like, oh no, excuse me, like get away from me, you know, because I'm wearing like, he's wearing like Tom Ford and I'm wearing like Serge Lutens or something like that, that's very high end, you know. And so you guys both feel like you have, like I said, high standards, kind of picky and kind of discriminating in a good way, you know. So let's get more cards. Close to their family, so they might have a big family. Their family might also be like them, kind of bougie a little bit. Gets along with parents, okay, same vibe. And like I said, their parents might be very similar to them, and they might be, I'm also getting privately educated or something like that. Skinny. Oh my God, family oriented is coming through multiple times. So they might be very close to their family. Laugh. So with skinny, they might just have also low body fat, because I do feel like I feel like they have some musculature if it's a guy, is what I'm getting. Tattoos. Oh, wow. So they might have some tattoos. Yeah, this person, I wouldn't be surprised if they are that kind of person that has like a bunch of secretiveness. So maybe Scorpio energy. I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if they have tattoos, because I just feel like they've lived such an interesting life. Like they're probably that kind of person that would be like, oh yeah, I did a year abroad in Bali, and then I went to school in another country, and I grew up on my family going to vacation in our chalet in France, you know? Like, I feel like they just have all these crazy wild stories, even if it's not that, you know, like bougie level, but I feel like they have really interesting things to say. I feel like they've been interesting places. They might have multiple companies. They might, you know, have worked for this company and then that company and done their own thing and been an entrepreneur, or like done something really interesting or unusual or off the beaten track. It feels like they're just someone that kind of doesn't fit in, but in like a good way. Like they're kind of, I don't want to say above, but you know what I mean? They're maybe like not plugged into the matrix, so to speak, since that phrase keeps going around now. But yeah, they're very like different and do their own thing. And I think they kind of march to the beat of their own drum. So they're not so concerned with what other people think or say to them. I kind of want to pull more tarot, but actually I have these cards. Let me read these cards too. Okay, so this one says the wall, obstacles, benefactor, grace and generosity, repairing the veil, forgiveness, and first breath, beginner's mind. So again, I feel like the woman in this relationship, if there is one, the feminine energy here is going to be stepping more into her feminine energy. She's probably going to like feel like, oh my God, I can kind of relax. Like I'm actually with this partner who wants to provide for me and take care of me and protect me, and he's not expecting me to like do everything for him like others in the past. Maybe like she's had an ex where he would, you know, be like, well, where should we go to eat? Just tell me. And like would never plan anything. And then this masculine comes in to start planning stuff, you know, and being like, babe, let's go here. I made the reservation. It's already booked. All you need to do is look gorgeous and get dressed up, you know. Or maybe he's like, you know, she used to like pay for her partners in the past, and he's like, oh, absolutely not. You're not paying for anything with me. Like, I want to take you out to this beautiful meal, and of course I'm paying. It's not even a question. But I feel like there's an energy here of her kind of relaxing into it and just feeling very taken care of and very looked after and very cherished in this relationship. So it's very, very sweet. And I feel like the masculine really loves seeing her thrive in that. Like, it's like he does want to look after her. He wants to see her sensitive side unleashed, because I feel like for a long time she kind of had to be very tough, very like self-protective. It was almost like no one was there to protect her. So now he's coming in to like kind of take care of some things. And they might meet through friends. So you might meet this person through a friend group, or you might even meet them via social media. They might be aware of you before you're aware of them. They might stumble across your Instagram or something like that and then reach out to you, slide in the DMs or something like that. But I feel like it's going to feel very fresh and new. And again, some of you guys might have had a while since your last relationship. And I feel like this person is coming in to kind of blow all those other people out of the water from the past, so that you're not even going to be thinking, if there was an ex you still thought about or something like that, or times when you were like, oh, why haven't I had a date? Like, why, what is going on? They're coming in to like just completely erase that and bring in this new beautiful era for you guys. Let's get some song cards, and then I really want to pull more tarot. I feel called to do it. Okay, so we got Rehab, Rihanna. You know what? I'm just gonna pull tarot because I don't know. It's coming through really strong, even though I don't usually like to do this in the middle of the reading, but whatever. Okay, Spirit, please give me guidance for pile 1. Okay, Knight of Swords. So yeah, they definitely could find you via social media in some way. And I feel like the conversations with you guys are just going to be so amazing. Like, you guys are just going to never run out of things to talk to. I feel like this person really appreciates your mind, because again, what I'm picking up on for your energy is that you guys can be kind of sharp and quick-minded, quick-witted, like quick to pick up on a situation. And I feel like with this person, it's like they're used to dealing with people who just aren't as smart, or maybe people they dated in the past aren't as intelligent. And for them, it's like such a relief that you're picky and that you are smart and that you do have high standards and that they don't need to explain things to you. Because I almost feel like they had partners in the past that were just too easy for them, you know, just like, oh, whatever, that's fine. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. And now they love the fire from you guys. They love the feistiness. They love the excitement. They love the you know, yeah, fire energy kind of that's coming from you guys, the passion, and that you do care and you're very passionate about everything. I feel like you're that picky person that if someone like screwed up your meal at a restaurant, you would care. You wouldn't be like, oh, it's fine. No, no, whatever. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, but I really wanted this to be this way. And I feel like they love what that represents, which is like your heart and how much you care and how much you want things to be done well. And also, you know, like I said, you guys might have taken on a big burden in your past relationships. You might have been that person who was constantly doing stuff for your partner, or maybe at your work you're always doing stuff. You might have a lot on your plate just career wise or job wise, and so it's like such a relief to you that this person is coming in to like actually take care of a lot for you, so you're not the only one doing it. And we also got the 10 of Swords, so again, they might come in after a while, and even after a period where maybe you're like, oh, it's been forever since I had a date. I'm just going to be alone forever. And you're feeling really defeated. And that's when they come in, you know, whenever you're like, oh my God, screw it. You know what? I'm done dating. There's no chance for me or something like that. So again, don't be down in the dumps about this, because I feel like this person, you know, it's a general reading. So some of you guys, it might have just been a while since you had a date and you might meet this person tomorrow. For others of you, it might be in a few months' time, but I'm just getting that it might come in after a time when you're like, oh, I haven't dated in forever. I'm by myself, blah, blah, blah. And that's when this person is going to want to come in for you. Let's get more cards. Too many cards, Spirit. The High Priestess. I love that for you guys. Okay, let's see what this spun around on. Oh, the 10 of Cups. And I love that it spun around and then went upright. So definitely you could end up with this person. This actually could turn into a marriage or a long-term relationship, kids, something like that. But I do feel like they love, you know, the funny thing about the High Priestess is she's kind of asexual in some ways. She's not a super sexy card like the Empress is. And I feel like this person likes that sometimes you could even be a little bit cold. Like you can be, like I said, like you're not playing hard to get. You are hard to get. You are that person that takes a lot to win over, and you're not open to everyone. You're not just willing to date whoever walks off the street to approach you. You're going to be very picky and very choosy and all of that. And this person actually likes that about you. And they kind of think it's I feel like you're kind of sexy without trying to be. Like they might even find you sexy when you're like working, or you're wearing glasses at work, or you're doing like you're dressed up kind of formal and you're not like showing cleavage or anything. But I feel like this person loves that. Again, you're hard to reach, hard to get. There's something kind of aloof about you at times, picky about you, and they find it very intriguing. You're not just like an easy person to be around, and I feel like that's what they were looking for. They wanted to find a partner who was kind of on their level, who wasn't just desperate for anyone. Let's get some song cards, because you know I love these during love readings. So Spirit, please give me some song cards. This one fell out. Storms, Fleetwood Mac. That's actually a really good song for this. So maybe that fell out on purpose, because that one is like the lyric in that. She's saying, but never have I been a blue calm sea, I've always been a storm, which is to say, like, I'm not an easy partner to deal with. I'm a storm. I fight, I'm passionate, I care. But of course, it was written by Stevie Nicks, who is an icon. And so, you know, and it was written about Lindsey Buckingham. And of course, he's still obsessed with her. And from what I heard, that's what that Daisy Jones and the Six was based on, although I haven't seen it or read it. But anyway, I'm glad other people are talking about that. Let's get into the other cards. Okay, so Happy I Could Die, Lady Gaga. Oh my gosh. Making out, no doubt. So I feel like, again, there's kind of a sense of relief coming through here. Like, I feel like when this relationship comes in, again, it might have been a while since you had a partner, and it's almost like you're so relieved that you finally found someone. Because for a while, you might be thinking stuff like, Am I just crazy? Am I never going to find someone? Are my standards too high? You might even have people telling you that, like, oh, you have super high standards, you need to settle, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like when this person comes in, you're like, oh my God, so I'm not crazy and I'm not asking for too much. And this person is exactly what I want. And I'm feeling so good in the relationship and so content. And I can't believe this is happening for me. Like, is this real? Criminal Britney Spears. So, like I said, he could have a very interesting life, very like not checkered past, but kind of. Oh my God, I Get a Kick Out of You by Frank Sinatra. That is so the perfect song for this relationship vibe. Like, seriously, this is perfect for you because, again, I feel like this person thinks you're very feisty, you're kind of mischievous or like prickly at times. Like, you might have a temper, not in a like bad way, like a crazy, violent, or nasty way, but you might be that kind of person who would, just kind of care a lot about something or be like, whereas someone else is like, oh, whatever, it's all fine. You're going to be like, no, it needs to be done this way. And you're very perfectionist. And I feel like this person actually really likes that. And they kind of like, they're laughing a little, not in a mocking way, but kind of like, they're so funny how they have to have everything perfect. But they wouldn't want to be with anyone else. They wouldn't want that easy partner. I feel like they've had such an easy time getting partners in the past that they wanted a little bit of a challenge, and you're a little bit of a challenge for them. So they like the fact that you kind of keep them on their toes and keep things interesting and you're not boring. Yeah. But I just feel like you guys are so relieved to like be together. It's just such a happy, beautiful vibe. And you guys might travel together if they travel a lot, you guys might travel together because, again, I feel like they have an interesting job possibly that allows them to travel and that allows them to go different places. But I feel like you guys just like a lot of the same things. You guys are into the same subjects. You don't need to explain anything to each other. It's like both of you guys just get it. You might have the same habits. You might both wake up at like the same time, or maybe one of you is like, well, I'm not really a morning person, but it's really no problem. I can like wake up at 7 a.m. to join you, like whatever. And I actually like this schedule, but I feel like you guys have a lot in common and it's just like two puzzle pieces falling into place. And then it's like, oh my God, okay, so that's why none of these other relationships worked out. Like I'm hearing Invisible String by Taylor Swift. But yeah, you guys, I feel like just there's so much physical attraction that keeps you guys tied together, and you love making out and doing other things together. It's very, very on point. The physical side of this connection is very, very strong, and you guys are so like physically drawn to each other. Let's get some more astrology dice. So we got Aries, we got the moon, and we got the 12th house. So the energies represented here are Aries, Cancer, and Pisces. So some of you guys might have placements within that. You might have Sun, Moon, Rising, or even Venus, Mars in those placements, or they might have some as well. So with the Aries, we have the very feisty energy. I could see that coming from both of you guys, where both of you guys have a fire. In fact, I almost said like I'm getting Venus Aries vibes because that feistiness and also that pickiness is coming through really strong, where Aries, I mean, any Aries placements, they will argue just for fun. They'll argue, they'll banter, they love to flirt, especially Venus Aries loves to flirt by kind of like arguing, but not in a like nasty, rude way, but like in a like playful way. Like, what kind of shirt is that? Oh my God, that's kind of lame. But like someone else might be like, oh my God, this person's insulting me. That's so rude. But a Venus Aries just means it as like playful, but you have to be down with that in order to receive it. So I feel like, again, that playful banter is something that comes through really strong and that this person loves, that you are very feisty. And it's never dull with an Aries. Aries is such a fun, invigorating energy. It's literally bursts of spring energy in the astrological calendar. So first sign of the zodiac, always fun, always exciting, always doing a million things, generally Aries placements. they always have like a booked and busy vibe about them. And so I feel like this person really loves that about you, and they probably have that vibe themselves a little bit too. Then we have the moon. So again, you guys might start a family together. The moon is literally motherhood, and it's your family sector, your home sector. I feel like you guys also might be a little bit of homebodies together, because again, I feel like you guys are both picky, and you, not to be like rude, but you kind of don't like other people so much. Like, you guys might go out in public and just be like, oh my God, why is that person acting up? You know what I mean? Like, I'm seeing, I know this is not quite the vibe, but like Invest in Show, the movie, there's this like couple that's like obsessed with J. Crew, and they're just so like similar, and they're very like snobbish. And I'm not saying you guys are gonna be actual snobs, but I'm just saying, like, if someone was like making a scene in a restaurant or shouting, or there was like a kid screaming and the parents weren't doing a thing to stop it, you guys would probably be that couple to be like, oh my God, do these people not have manners? Like, what is going on? And both of you guys have high standards. So I feel like you might just be like, you know what, let's order in some pizza because I don't want to deal with it. Like, I don't even want to be out there, and I just want to spend time with you, like locked together, and just us, like watching Netflix and chilling in bed or whatever. I just feel like you guys are just so like not into everyone else's energy, and you're just so obsessed with each other's energy that it might turn into that situation very quick. With the 12th house, you guys might have a very strong connection on the astral plane. You might have had past lifetimes together. This person might also be spiritual. I was almost going to say that with the High Priestess card, but then I didn't. But this person might be very spiritual, and if you guys are quite spiritual yourselves, like if you pull tarot cards as a hobby or whatever, or you check your astrology transits, or you do candle stuff, or you wear crystals or anything like that, they might really like that. They might even have some of those habits themselves. So sometimes I know all of us within the spiritual community, we're like, very nervous about telling people about that, because they can act way crazy or think like, oh my God, you're a witch or something like that. Or think we're going to hex them or whatever. Or, even especially if you're like a girl talking to like a straight dude, a lot of straight dudes are like, oh, astrology. And, they don't get it. But I feel like this person's going to get it. They might be into the same thing. They might be like, so enthusiastic and happy to have found a partner who's into that, and they might love the fact that you have a kind of witchy, esoteric, metaphysical vibe around you. And I feel like that's just going to deepen this relationship. And yeah, you guys have so much in common. I feel like this person's very quickly going to just turn into your favorite person. And you probably already frequent like the same types of restaurants, the same bars, the same, like, because I feel like you guys just have so much in common with your taste. You guys just are going to be such a great vibe together. So anyways, guys, that is what I have for you. I really hope it resonated. Let me know if it did in the comments. I'm always so curious to read your thoughts. Also, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Give this reading a like if it did resonate with you, and make sure to subscribe and turn those notifications on so you can find out as soon as I post. And if you guys would like to see more of my content, then head on over to my Patreon, where I post all my additional readings. I just posted one all about how to get the love life you really want. So it's some advice for you on how to get into your next relationship, what you should change, what you should do differently. So if you're wanting to speed up this process, you definitely might want to check that one out. But of course, as soon as you sign up, you get access to all my readings. So about 50 additional readings about life, love, spirituality, career, relocation, so many different topics to choose from. So like I said, around 50 other readings. If you'd like to join, head to the link underneath the timestamps in the comments in the description, and I would love to see you over there at my Patreon. Also, if you guys would like to get a private one-on-one reading with me, you can also get that at my website, briarrosetarot.com. You can sign up for a half hour or a full hour-long session with me. You can have me pull tarot, do your astrology, channel mediumship, channel intuitively, and you can have it be a year ahead reading, career reading, love reading. You get to really choose the direction of the reading. So if you'd like to get that kind of reading, head to my website, briarrosetarot.com, and the link for that is in my description as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be back very soon for another reading. I'm sending you guys so much love and light, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hey, pile two. So if you guys picked this green card, this is going to be your reading. So for your tarot, you guys got Strength, Death, Ace of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Four of Swords reversed, the Emperor reversed, and the Seven of Wands. So the first thing that's coming through is that your person is going to be extremely physically attracted to you, and I think you'll be very much attracted to them as well. This person, if they are a masculine, they might be in very good shape and be extremely muscular. If they're a feminine, they could just be into like Pilates and really take care of themselves. But I do feel like this person is going to have a physical form that you're going to be so attracted to, and it's almost like you guys don't want to leave the bedroom. This person especially is also obsessed with your body and sees you as so attractive, so gorgeous. Physically, to them, you're like a 10, and I feel like they can't get enough of you. If they could just like leave you in their bed permanently to be there all the time, they probably would. They just see you as very, very beautiful. And another thing about it is that I feel like this relationship is going to be very fiery and intense. You guys probably feel very drawn to each other right away. You probably have a very deep connection that kind of seems to, on one hand, be physical, but also go outside the physical. So it's going to be something where you feel very drawn to each other like magnets. You might even have like a temporary breakup or something, but then get back together because it's like you can't get enough of this person. You're just so drawn to them and they're so drawn to you. I almost feel like some of you guys might be a little bit different from this person at first, or they might have differences that like at one time you said, oh, I'll never date someone like that. Like maybe they, you know, I don't know, are from a different religion than you, or maybe they like, I don't know, really sappy movies and you always made fun of those and you were like, oh, I'd never date someone who like cries during The Notebook, but then you end up dating this person who does that, you know? So I feel like it's almost like you guys are drawn to each other, but there's also a vibe of like, this is not like someone I've ever dated before. This person is super different for me, but also they're kind of, I didn't know I would like this, but it's better than anything I could have imagined. Kind of like if there's a food that you've never tried and you were always like, oh, that looks weird to me, but then you actually take a bite and have some of the flavor and you're like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. Like I want to eat this every single day. I kind of feel like there's that unexpected energy here, or like that period where you guys first meet and you're into each other, you're drawn to each other, but you're kind of like standoffish, and then you just grow on each other and it gets more and more intense and you kind of build into each other until you're like so connected and you just only want to be around them. And you guys might literally like never want to leave the bedroom. Seriously, I know I said that before, but with the Four of Swords coming out reversed as well, you guys might just be so into each other that you can barely, like, all your friends are like, what happened to you? Like, you said you were going to come to brunch and we were supposed to all meet up for this and we were going to go to workout class together, and you're just like, oh, sorry, I haven't left like his place. I've just been there all weekend long, and yeah, I haven't like stepped outside. We've just been ordering Uber Eats for all our meals, but like I'm pretty happy, so I'm good. I just feel like you guys are super, super drawn to each other. And there might even sometimes be a little bit of like a feistiness in how you communicate with each other, almost like a competitiveness. Like you guys might be that couple where like if one person is like, oh, I know a lot of trivia about this, the other person is like, I bet I know more. And it kind of turns into like foreplay or like an exciting part of the relationship where you guys are kind of always not picking at each other, but there's this like intense, fiery vibe where there's a little bit of competition, or there's a little bit of like who's going to come out on top, you know what I mean? Who's going to win this debate that I feel like also, like I said, would really turn you guys on, and both of you guys would be so into each other because of that. Both of you guys kind of, maybe you don't know that's what's going on, but you might go to like a friend's house to play charades or something, or playing like a drinking game, and then it gets really competitive and then you don't know why. You're like super into the other person at the end of the night and ready to like throw them into the bedroom, and you're just like ready to jump their bones. And because of that, I feel like it's that competitive, fiery feistiness between you guys. But actually this does have the potential to last a really long time with that Page of Pentacles. So I don't necessarily think this is just going to be a one-off, one-time thing. I feel like you guys have a lot in common, and this person I'm hearing might have tattoos or be kind of a dark, not dark energy, but I guess scorpionic, like intense, it feels like, you know, once they're into you, once they have you, like they really want all of you. Once you're with them, it's like they're very kind of possessive or intense about you. And I feel like they would try to kind of play it cool at first, but then over time, you would be able to see like that intensity and how much they care. I'm hearing they might like double or triple text you or text you multiple times in a row. And maybe that's how you'll know they like you, is like they're blowing up your phone with text and you're like, what is going on? Like, why are you texting me about this random stuff? But I feel like it's kind of like they're trying to play it cool at first, trying to act like they don't really care so much. And then over time, they're like, I just can't hide it anymore, and it becomes really obvious. So let's get some more cards for pile number 2. These kind of fell out, but I want to pick actually some characteristics that pile 2, its person is going to have in this relationship. So fashion sense. Okay, so they might be very fashion forward. And like I said, they might have tattoos or really care about how they kind of adorn themselves and how they look. They might be someone who like spends time in the mirror, you know, styling their hair or making sure they look really good. They might smell really good because they use cologne or they use a really nice smelling body wash or lotion, but I feel like this person puts a lot of effort into their appearance and cares a lot about how they present to others and especially to you. And again, they would probably play it cool and be like, I don't care, and I don't care if you like my cologne or not, because you might also have that kind of relationship where you would like roast them for wearing cologne or be like, oh my god, are you putting on your aftershave again or something? And I feel like they would be like, I don't care what you think, but at the same time, they really do care and they want to make sure it's something you're into. They want to make sure they smell good for you, they look good for you. So they might like even change their grooming habits to be something you like. Like if you like beards, maybe they would be willing to grow out a beard, or if you like clean shaven, maybe they would be willing to shave it off. But yeah, I feel like they definitely kind of want to please you, but they keep that very much under wraps. They would be that kind of person that would give you like an amazing Christmas present, but would like tell you before Christmas, like, I'm not getting you anything, or like, I don't believe in gifts, or like, you know, before Valentine's Day, telling you like, I think Valentine's Day is just a corporate holiday, it's a made up holiday, it's not real, and then like surprise you with like a 4-star dinner and rose petals and like a bottle of champagne. So like I said, they're kind of secretive and they play things very close to the vest. So we also got height, so they might be really tall if that's what you're into, or if you're into someone who's shorter, they might be short, you know, depending what you're into. But if you're in, I'm getting for a lot of you guys, this person is going to be taller. Smells good. That's so funny. That's what I was just saying. That's funny. I love when the cards confirm. So we got traditional. And they might, I'm hearing that they're going to be quite protective of you. Like I'm hearing, oh, secretiveness, as I was saying. I literally said that. But yeah, I feel like I'm getting the image of someone walking down the street, like a couple walking down the street together, and the guy like makes sure to take care that the girl is walking on the inside of the street away from the actual street. So the inside of the sidewalk, I guess, away from the street, because he's like protective of her and doesn't want her to get like splashed by a car or something like that. So I feel like this person is like that, where it's funny because they might look very modern, they might give off a very modern vibe and even appearance, but deep down they're very traditional. And I feel like they wouldn't even tell you guys that, because some of you guys might be like, excuse me, like I'm independent, like don't look after me like that, I don't need this kind of relationship. So they might be like, I'm not even doing that, but they are very protective of you, and they might like be the type to always pull out chairs, even if you're like, oh, you don't need to pull this out, or you know, walk you to your door at the end of the night, even when you're like, I'm fine, I walk by myself all the time. I just feel like they're very traditional in that way and very protective of you, especially if this is a masculine energy. If it's a feminine energy, she might just be very, you know, traditional in a feminine way and kind of want to like cook for you or clean for you or like take care of you in that sense. So wherever you fall on that spectrum, that person might just express their love for you by doing very kind of traditional things for you. Let's get some more cards. So we got vibe and tattoos. Wow, like I was saying. So I also feel like this person does have a really cool vibe and they dress in a really cool way. Like one thing I think is when you introduce them to your friends, your friend group, when you post a picture on social media of them, I feel like all your friends are going to be like, wow, that person looks really cool, or like he's good looking. They might not tell you that to your face, obviously, but I feel like everyone is going to be impressed with how they carry themselves, and that they do seem like they have a really cool sense of style, and also like they have a really cool, interesting vibe to them. Like I feel like they're the kind of person that they could walk into any kind of environment and fit in, especially, you know, even like a rougher environment. So if it was like a dive bar in the middle of Arizona, they would be totally fine talking to like the old, you know, member of a motorcycle gang who owns the bar. Or if it was like a rough and tumble old like bar in Brooklyn that was like graffiti on the walls, they'd be fine there. So I feel like they are very good at like adapting to different situations. They have a lot of street smarts. They're someone who knows how to look after them out for themselves and take care of themselves. And I feel like they would also extend that energy to you, want to take care of you, want to look out for you, and just be someone that I feel like kind of understands the dangers of the world. So they really try to pour extra love into you so that you'll feel taken care of, looked after, and cherished in the way you want to be cherished. I'm getting that this person might also have a brother or be very close to like a male friend who is like a brother to them, especially if it's a masculine energy. I'm seeing like two guys standing together, and it feels like they're very loyal to each other, very connected. So I feel like that might matter a lot to this person and might be a factor in your relationship where you have to kind of like hit it off with the brother, and you're meeting the family, and maybe, you know, you're a little nervous about like how am I going to get along with everyone. But I do feel like this person is the kind of person who is super loyal. Once they care about you and you're in their inner circle, like they would do absolutely anything for you. They are definitely like ride or die type of personality. They also might have lighter eyes, like green eyes, hazel eyes, blue eyes, or even brown eyes, as long as it's in a lighter shade. So let's get into some more cards. We got Fortune's Wheel, Luck and Right Timing, Cosmic Womb, the Divine Feminine, Garden of Venus, Rest and Renewal. So I do feel like you guys have this very strong connection on the astral plane. Like I feel like as soon as you guys meet, there's this intensity, there's this heat, there's this passion. And like I said, you guys are kind of drawn together like magnets, and there might even be like a past life vibe, a past life connection. That is why you guys just kind of can't stay away from each other. Like I almost feel like even if you know, try to put this person off or be like, no, I'm not interested, no thanks, you know, I'm just not that, I'm not feeling it, they would still continuously ask you out. They would still continuously be really interested in you. And I'm hearing they also have a very piercing stare. So the way they look at you is quite intense, and it might sometimes feel a little intimidating for you, or kind of like you're naked even if you're clothed, just by the way that they look at you and how intense the look in their eye is. Another thing that's coming through is this relationship might really inspire you to be a lot more bold, and you might find yourself doing kind of risky, crazy things after meeting them. So you might suddenly find yourself being like, you know what, I'm down to run, like do something crazy, jump a fence, or like run away from the cops or something. Hopefully you didn't do anything bad, but you know, they might inspire you to kind of push the boundaries a little bit and to like live life a little bit more crazy, because I feel like that's their vibe. They're very much kind of a rebel, a different type of person. They kind of color outside the lines, so to speak. And so I feel like they very much inspire you to do that and to be a little bit more bold in how you live your life. And if you guys are a feminine energy, you might find yourself becoming much more feminine in the context of this relationship, because it feels like you can kind of trust this person. You know they have your back, so you might actually relax more into the relationship and just really feel like you're able to relax a little, open up, trust them. So there might be this kind of fiery like vibe at the very beginning where you're not sure about them, or you're a little competitive with each other, but over time it kind of unfolds into a very relaxed, beautiful relationship where you feel really safe, really calm, and really easy with them. Let's get some more tarot cards to see more of this vibe. Spirit, please give me guidance for what is going to be happening in pile two's next relationship. Pile two's next relationship. So we got the Ten of Swords. Okay. So with the Ten of Swords, this relationship might come in for you after a period where you're kind of suffering or feeling like you were alone for a really long time. You might be questioning, like, am I going to be alone forever? Will I ever find my partner? Like, I've been dating all these losers or something like that. And it might come as a bit of a surprise to you that this relationship is coming in. You might have thought you were going to be alone forever. And I kind of feel like some of you guys are going to still have that energy. Like when you first start dating, you're going to have a vibe to you that's kind of like, who are you? Like, you're a little standoffish, you know, you're not so much desperate for a relationship. Maybe you're kind of in hermit mode, or you're wanting to do your own thing. And this person kind of has to win your affection, win your energy over. We also got the Sun reversed as well as the Page of Swords. So this person might not be super communicative. They might not be a big talker. They might not be the kind of person to like gab with you a mile a minute and share gossip and be talking all the time. I'm getting kind of like strong silent type vibes where they might not say much, but I feel like there's a lot going on behind their eyes. And they also might lurk on you in secret on social media. So they might, like, you might suddenly find a bunch of accounts that are like user 8581, and that might be them checking your Instagram stories from like a burner account, a Finsta, or same with any other social media you're using. You might notice like some random account that's always like liking your stuff, and it might be them, or not even liking, not reacting, but they're always checking. That might be them, because I do feel like they're very secretive about their intentions for you. They don't necessarily want to like come in hot, but they do find you so attractive, so alluring, and really, really beautiful. So I feel like they just kind of can't stay away. Let's get some song cards as well for pile 2. Spirit, please give me the song energies for this reading. So the first one, we got You Da One, Rihanna. There Is a Light That Never Goes Out, The Smiths. The Heart Wants What It Wants, Selena Gomez. Only You, Ellie Goulding. So I feel like this person, it's funny because I feel like they are, like I said, very possessive of you, very protective of you. And it's kind of like you're the only one they're into. In fact, sometimes because this person is attractive, they might get attention from others. And you might sometimes find yourself getting a little bit jealous or being like, oh my God, like, why is that girl around? Or why is that other guy around? But you should rest assured that this person really only pays attention to you. And I feel like they are kind of, it's not even picky, because it's not like they're looking at anything shallow. I feel like they're very intuitive with who they feel drawn to and who they care about. And they want someone that like, it's almost like with you guys, there's a lot of unspoken energy. It's just a deep primal soul energy connecting you guys that I feel like almost goes beyond explanation. Like that, like I said, there might be a lot of differences between you where at first you're not sure about them, or you're like, I never usually date someone like this. They're not my type. I don't know if I'm open to them, and they're feeling the same. But I feel like the connection you guys have goes so much deeper, and it's on like a soul spiritual level. And so I feel like that's a huge reason why they're drawn to you and kind of can't get you out of their head. Like after, if you guys do break up, this might be someone that thinks of you all the time afterwards, and you're the one that got away, or you're the one that they just obsessively think about with their next partner. Again, this person's a little secretive, so they might not tell you their feelings that intensely. They might not be the one to like pour out all their emotions in a love letter and tell you exactly what's going through their head, but I do feel like they get a little bit addicted to your energy, and you feel the same about them. And if you do move on and start dating someone else, they're for sure going to be keeping track of you, keeping tabs on you, probably stalking, you're not literally, but like Instagram stalking your new partner and that kind of a thing. Let's get some more cards. Something, the Beatles, and I love the lyrics with that. Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. And that's the thing that I keep picking up on, is like this person has a lot of options. They could date a lot of different people. They probably have a lot of people who are interested in being with them, but it feels like they're just only interested in you. And again, it's something that goes beyond the physical. It goes beyond like a pros and cons list of like, I want a partner who has this, or I love redheads, or I love smart people. But it's kind of like a soul primal thing that when you walk into a room, they can probably like feel the energy of the room change and feel it get altered. Love my way, psychedelic first. So I do feel like this person has really cool musical taste. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they were really comfortable at like a bar in Brooklyn or a motorcycle bar in along like Route 66. They just seem like someone who has a really interesting vibe and aesthetic. They might wear like leather jackets or that kind of vibe to them. Or like, I don't know, slouchy hats, or just like I'm seeing like, I know this is like a horrible, a lot of people hate him, but Justin Bobby from The Hills, like someone like that kind of vibe who rides a motorcycle or just dresses in a really cool, unique way. I'm not saying he'll look exactly like Justin Bobby, obviously, but I feel like that's kind of the aesthetic feeling I'm getting of someone who really does their own thing and is a very kind of unique dressing and marches to the beat of their own drum. So we also got So Hot, You're Hurting My Feelings. So there is the potential for miscommunication between you guys because I feel like both of you are so into each other that sometimes it's like if you make a small joke at this person's expense, they are kind of sensitive. So they might like get hurt or upset just because you said something really tiny that you meant playfully. Like you might be like, oh my God, like what is that dorky shirt you're wearing? And you're trying to joke and you meant it playfully. But because they care about your opinion so much and they really want to impress you, that they end up like it turns into an argument because they're like, what do you mean? I love this shirt. So that's something that might create problems between you guys, is just because I feel like they do hang on your every word and they care very much what you think about them and what you have to say about them. And sometimes it might almost feel like too much, like, oh my God, I'm just trying to joke. I'm just, it's not even that deep. But this person kind of makes everything deep with you because their feelings are that deep. So let's get into some astrology dice for pile number 2. Spirit, please give me astrology dice for who pile 2 is dating next. So we got the 9th house, Sagittarius, we got the moon, Cancer, and then we have Virgo coming through. So we have Virgo, Sagittarius, Cancer energy. So with 9th house, again, this person could be really well traveled. They might be someone who has lived in a bunch of different places, or might even be from a different culture than yours or a different ethnicity than yours. And so there might be that kind of, again, like I don't usually date someone like this, or I've never met someone like this, or they're just so different to me and I kind of wasn't expecting to find love with this person, but I'm really, really drawn to them. Or it could just be that they've traveled around a lot. Maybe they have a lot of different experiences in different places, have a lot of knowledge, might have a lot of spiritual knowledge or higher education. But I do feel like this person has like so many interesting stories to tell. Like if you sat down with them around a campfire or something, they would probably be able to tell you like the craziest stuff about how they got like arrested in a foreign country and how they like ate food on the beach in this country and they, you know, like flew in a tiny plane in this island and all this interesting stuff. So I feel like they just could regale you with things for days. And with Virgo, again, there's that energy of possible like criticism that can happen sometimes. I also feel like this person really is in amazing shape and you're going to be super physically attracted to their body, and rest assured they're going to be super attracted to your body as well. But this primal physical connection you guys have is a major aspect of things. Virgo rules the 6th house, which is the body and physical health. So they might be in really good physical health and just have an energy about them of vitality, strength, and also if they're a man especially, they might have really large muscles and just be like looking like someone who can really defend themselves in a fight, be tough, be physically strong, and all of that. And then we also have the moon, the 4th house, house of really close relationships, family, and your very closest best friends. So again, I feel like you guys might have a soul connection. You might be soul family, or even though you guys are so different in so many ways, and there's things about them that technically in a Virgoan way you could kind of nitpick and be like, okay, that's off, that's not what I wanted, no, not that. But at the end of the day, there's a psychic soul connection that you guys share. Moon is also highly psychic. So you guys can probably communicate without even saying a word to each other, just giving each other a look, just staring at each other, or just, like I said, they can literally feel your energy as you enter a room and just kind of know you're there. It's like nothing even needs to be said because this is on such a deep level. So yeah, I think that is what I have for you guys. Pile 2, I really hope it resonated. Let me know if it did in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys, love hearing your thoughts, your stories, and all your reactions. So let me know how it did resonate for you, and make sure to like this video, give it a thumbs up if it resonated. Also make sure to subscribe and turn those notifications on so you can find out as soon as I post. So hit that little bell. And if you guys want to see more of my readings, then head on over to my Patreon where I post all my additional readings. Once you sign up, you get access to about 50 additional readings about life, love, spirituality, career, relocation, so many different topics. I just posted one all about how you can improve your love life. So what you can do to bring in the love life you've always dreamed of, that you really want. So it gives you some really great actionable advice on what you should fix or change or do differently in your love life. So if you want to watch that as well as all my other readings, you can head to my Patreon. The link is in my description for that. And like I said, as soon as you sign up, you get access to everything. So I really hope I will see you there over on my Patreon. And if you guys would like to get a private one-on-one reading with me, you can also get that at my website, briarrosetarot.com. Sign up for a half hour or a full hour session with me. Have me pull tarot for you, channel mediumship, channel intuitively, read your astrology. There's so many different options for you guys to choose from. You can do a year ahead reading, a love reading, career reading, just have an open reading and see what comes through. You get to really decide how it goes. So if you'd like to get a reading with me, head to my website, briarrosetarot.com, and I'd love to read your cards for you. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I am sending you so much love and light, and I will see you guys very soon in another reading. Take care, guys. Bye. Hey, pile 3, so if you guys picked this purple card, this is going to be your reading. So you guys got 7 of Wands reversed, the Emperor, Knight of Swords, 6 of Wands, 8 of Cups, the Empress, and the Queen of Cups reversed. So I feel like some of you guys might already know this person. They might already be close to you. They could be in your greater friend circle or even an ex. But I do feel like this person has a huge crush on you. They think of you as really, really beautiful. And I'm almost getting like uncertainty about how to approach. This person might be very intimidated by you at first just because of your physical beauty. They might find you very physically attracted and feel a little daunted about how exactly to go about this. But I do feel like the conversation with you would be amazing, and that's probably how they're going to approach you at first, is by trying to like get into conversation, getting to chat with you, getting to talk to you. They also probably do lurk your social media, and they would be so proud to be seen with you guys in public. I do feel like once you start dating them, you guys have so much in common. You guys probably are into the same things, the same, like if you're into a fandom, they're into it. If you love a certain TV show, they also love that TV show. And it feels like there's a lot of commonalities, possibly a shared background, like you guys might be from the same small town, or maybe like you are from the same like religion that is not that common in your area, or maybe you guys just have a very like their family, their culture, their traditions is very similar and close to yours. But there's just so much that I feel like you guys have to build this relationship with, where it feels like you never run out of things to talk about, you never run out of things to say, and you guys have a lot of things in common. And I do feel like this person really, really feels very protective and sweet towards you. They see you as kind of like this beautiful angel, and I feel like they like bringing out that side of you, like bringing out your gentler side, taking care of you, looking after you, maybe even like cooking for you in some way or feeding you somehow. But I feel like this person just sees you as kind of like a goddess if you're a woman, and if you're a guy, I guess a god, although that sounds really weird. But they really look after you, want to take care of you, and are very like sweet, careful, and loving towards you. It's like I feel like this person would never say a harsh word to you, and you guys probably enjoy doing things like, I'm seeing a couple driving out to, like, I know this is weird, but like a Dairy Queen in the, you know, in a convertible or something like that, and like eating ice cream as like the sun sets and listening to like the cicadas and watching the fireflies or something. And of course, you don't have to be doing exactly that, but I feel like that's the vibe. Like it's like this cozy, soft, warm relationship that's really sweet, really loving. And this person kind of, you might actually inspire them to like step up and be more responsible in their life at times, because I feel like they have not felt so serious about anyone as they feel about you. Like they might have dated in the past, but they never really saw it going long term. And I feel like when they're with you, they could really see this relationship lasting. They could really see you guys even getting married or having kids together. So I feel like in a way, it might inspire them to like really make some deep changes in their life, to try to like step up or ask their boss if they can earn more money at their job or something like that. But I feel like they have very serious intentions when it comes to you. They're not playing around. They're not in this just for like some quick fun. It's like their intentions with you are very genuine, and they might get quite competitive when it comes to like other people that they perceive as trying to date you. Or it might even be a vibe where if they are in your friend group and they've seen you dating other people, they might talk bad about all those other people you're with, or be like, who's that? Ugh, he's such a loser. Or like, please, he's an F boy, like she shouldn't be with him. And you might not realize that that's what's going on at first, and you might be like, oh my god, like he just hates everyone. But no, I feel like this person is very protective of you, and if they're not in your immediate friend circle yet, they might just watch you on social media, or whenever you guys actually get together, they might have watched you for a while on your social media, or have known you through mutual friends or something like that. But it feels like they're kind of like dancing around you at first, unsure of how to approach, unsure of how to go about this. It might even be that when you guys first start dating, they try to kind of play it cool, and they might act, you might be like, what is this person doing? Like they're not making a move, or they're not trying to make things really serious. So do they not care about me? Maybe they're just having fun for the moment. But no, I feel like in a way, like they care so much about you, and they're terrified of messing things up. They really want things to last with you. They find your personality to be so charming, so much fun. Like I feel like you guys could just laugh over the same dumb things. You would share a million inside jokes. You guys probably, like I said, are fans of the same things or have the same sense of humor. You probably love doing things like going to the movies together and like splitting a popcorn and like laughing and making fun of the trailers at the beginning, you know? I feel like you guys just have this really sweet, almost like a best friend type of relationship. And I definitely see long-term potential here. Like if you guys wanted to turn this into a very long-term relationship, or even a marriage, I could definitely see that being an option and a possibility for you guys. But I feel like this person just reminds themselves all the time of how lucky they are to be with you. It's almost like, I can't believe my luck. I can't believe this. Like, how did I get with pile 3? What the heck is going on? And I feel like they wouldn't want you to know how nervous you make them at first, and also how like they feel like, how did I get this girl? Like, what is going on? Or how did I get this guy? Like, I'm not gonna like tell them this, but like, did they make a mistake? Did they hallucinate when they first saw me? Like, do they have really impaired vision and they can't see me clearly in comparison to them? But like, I am so lucky to be with this person, and I just feel like this person really would count their blessings every day. If you guys have a dog, they might be very close to your dog or cat, or they might have a dog or cat of their own that they're very close to. But I do feel like a pet might play a role in this relationship and be something you guys bond over. And this person also feels like they kind of have the personality of like a golden retriever or a dog that's just so loyal, not in a bad way, but you know, dogs are like actually a part of the, you know, Chinese zodiac, and they're known as very loyal. And so that's kind of how I'm meaning it, not like to say you're like a dog in a derogatory way, but in a loyal, loving, sweet, and fun way, fun and playful. Like, I feel like this person is just, probably you guys have so many inside jokes, laugh with each other, and could probably take the most boring trip to like the grocery store and turn it into like the most fun, absolutely exciting and like hilarious endeavor. Like if you guys were gonna film it and post it on TikTok, you probably would have people laughing along with you guys, because everyone would be taken in by the charming energy you guys share. Let's get some characteristic cards. Spirit, please give me guidance for this person's characteristics. Funny, oh my god. And I promise you guys, I close my eyes while I'm pulling these. Not that I could even make out what they say, but I am not like pulling these in any kind of way to try to manipulate anything. Okay, full lips. So they might have very full lips. I'm also getting, for some of them, they might be a fan of a sporting team. So maybe you guys are both into football or something, and you really love to like watch football together on Sundays in the fall, right? That's when football airs. And you will like make the queso, and they'll buy like the Doritos, or they'll make the like what other food do they eat? I don't know, the bean dip or something. But you guys like really have like a ritual together. I feel like you guys would have rituals even if you're not into like sports. Like I'm clearly not, but maybe you guys get really excited for like the White Lotus coming on, or some other TV show, or like even like the Real Housewives or something. Maybe you get them, if you're like a girl, you get them into watching the Real Housewives or whatever. But I feel like there's something you guys really share and like you look forward to, and it's almost like, okay, you got the popcorn and I got the drinks. I mixed up some old fashions for us, and you put like Fluffy in his pen, or I don't know, or Fluffy's cuddling with you on the couch. I got the blankets, and let's turn on the TV and watch together. Like you guys have so many rituals, and it's a really nice long-term relationship. Oh my God, I'm happy for you guys, pile three, because I feel like you guys are gonna have this beautiful, like it's not just dating, you know, like this is like a relationship. Okay, so we got muscles. Ooh, so he might have muscles, especially if it's a guy. If it's a masculine, they might very well have muscles, and if they're a feminine, they might as well, of course, or they might just be very fit in more of a like Pilates way. Who knows? But especially if it's a masculine, they might have defined muscles, and that might be another thing you guys do together, is like, let's go to the gym together, let's work out together, let's pick up a fitness regime together. Good cook. Oh, what was I saying? They might cook for you. Yeah, I feel like this person loves to look after you. I feel like they love to like take care of you. They might also give you like a foot massage, I'm seeing in my mind, or just be that type of person who would be very attentive. Like if you were sick or if you were feeling under the weather, they wouldn't be like clueless, like, what's the problem? Whatever, get over it. They'd be like, do you need something? Can I go to the store? Can I get you cough medicine? Are you feeling okay? Like, should I take your temperature? I feel like this person just really goes out of their way to look after you, take care of you. They really want you to be like thriving and doing well. And I feel like they worry a lot anytime you're not feeling really good. We also got good gift giver and gets along with parents. So they probably are. I was literally right about to say this word, I swear to God, and then I pulled it over. But I was going to say a good gift giver because they're thoughtful, and that's so funny how that came out. They are very thoughtful. Like I feel like they spend a lot of time thinking about you. They spend a lot of time worrying about you, like I was saying. So, you know, with the gift giving, that's just another thing, is like they pay attention to you. You know, they're not just like that kind of partner that's like, oh, whatever, she's fine. Yeah, no, I don't really know. What color are her eyes? Like, I think brown, you know, like Kylie Jenner and Travis, when they did their like interview with GQ. It's really kind of crazy if you watch that, because like he doesn't know anything about her. He doesn't know her eye color, doesn't know her dog names, blah blah blah. Anyway, it is funny to watch, but I'm just saying that it's not going to be like that. Like this person actually does care and notice like everything. So I feel like you wouldn't have to be like, babe, make sure you get me like a Valentine's gift. They're like, yeah, I've been planning it for like 2 months, and I already know what you want, and I already have been like setting things up. Or, you know, for your birthday, they know exactly which friends you want invited. They know exactly what kind of like event you want it to be. They know what restaurant you want to go to. They know that you'll want like Instagram pics taken, and that you're going to want to pose and look cute. So maybe they'll call like a makeup artist beforehand to like set that up. But they're super, super thoughtful to you, and they might get along with your parents, is what I'm hearing. So this one that fell out is from a different part of the country or world. But honestly, this one falls out a lot because it's like way longer than the others, and I think I'm gonna have to recut it because it's so much crazily longer, like you can see. So I'm gonna put that back in because I'm not getting that vibe, and honestly, I just need to recut that thing, and it used to come out a lot. Health conscious, okay. And I feel like what I love about this person is they're so encouraging towards you. Like I feel like they are the kind of person, good with their hands, okay. Take that to mean what you will. But I do feel like they're so encouraging of you. Like if you were like, oh, I want to start a hobby, or I want to go to the gym, or I want to do whatever, or I want to learn this, they would be like, yeah, babe, let's do it. Like I'll sign you up for a course there, and maybe I'll come with you, and maybe I could try it too. Like they really want to see you thrive. They really want to see you do well. If you were like, hey, I have to stay late at work, like I can't get home to feed my dog, could you do it? I feel like they would be happy to. Like they want to see you do well at work too. They really are like your biggest fan, you know, and and yeah, they're just feeling like, to me, like real support coming from them. And so we also, I didn't mention, but full lips. And you know, I'm not trying to get like turn this into an 18 plus reading, because, but I just feel like they're very giving. We got full lips, good with hands, so you know, the ladies can take that to mean what you will. We're not on Patreon, so I'm not going to say anything, but you know what I mean. Okay, anyway, feast of plenty, choices and their consequences, mindful group think, stranger curiosity, and caterpillar opportunity, and the wall obstacles. So it's funny because stranger actually came out reversed, and I think that makes a lot of sense, given the vibe and the energy as we picked up on it, because I feel like you're gonna maybe know this person for a while before they fully like make their intentions known. They might kind of, I'm seeing someone circling around and like not knowing how to approach. They might even have some Capricorn placements, because Capricorns love to plan. They love to like have a plan in mind, or earth placements, because earth is kind of slow but very intentional. So once an earth sign sets their sight on you, they're not going to like rush in hot like a fire sign, or even all the other signs are probably faster than earth, but they're going to kind of plan it out, but their intentions are so strong. So when they actually want something, they always tend to be able to make it happen, because they're all about that planning and that execution. And I feel like that's what this person is doing, is like when they get their sights set on you, they're very much intentionally like, okay, how am I going to approach them? Let me try to meet them. Let me try to like run into them. I know their favorite coffee shop is here, so I'm going to go at 8:05 a.m. They're very much that kind of person who would like plan things out, but you might know them through your friend group first, and they might be thinking about you quite a lot, or they might be paying attention to your social media, have stumbled across you from social media. And I'm also getting, for some of you guys, you might meet this person on online dating as well. But again, if you meet them with online dating, they might really play it cool at first, and you might be like, what is this person doing? We've hung out 5 times, they've never even kissed me. Do they not like me? Do they just see me as a friend? But I feel like they get really nervous around you, and they don't want to blow things with you. They really take your opinion to heart, and they're taking it seriously. And they're also trying not to be disrespectful of you. You know, nowadays, lots of different people can be so disrespectful, you know, but I feel like this person really goes out of their way to treat you with respect, to make you feel very loved, to make you feel very looked after. So for them, they would never just be like, screw it, I'm going to send a late night, are you up text and ask you to come over at 3 a.m. Like, I'm just not going to do that, because that would be disrespectful to pile 3, and I want pile 3 to know that I'm very serious about them, and that I'm not playing around. I'm not just like looking for a hookup or anything like that. So yeah, I feel like a lot of people might also say to you guys, or say to you, pile 3, when you guys are together, oh, you're so lucky, or like, oh wow, you can just tell that, you know, your partner's in love with you. He is just obsessed with you. You can tell the way he looks at you. You know, when you turn around, he's still staring at you. Like, you don't notice, because I keep hearing fan things. Like, I feel like I was seeing someone on a dating show, and they said, you know, he looks at this person like they're like he's her fan. And I feel like that makes a lot of sense. You know, when you're like up, you see a photo of like Dua Lipa performing in concert, and there's someone in the front row, and she's like performing, and the way that person is just staring up at her like, oh my god. I feel like that's kind of how this person would look at you, like, wow, I can't believe she's doing this, I can't believe he's doing that. Like, they just love everything you're doing. They just think what you're doing is so cool. And the funniest thing is, you guys just spent so much time laughing together. I literally feel like I could start laughing in this reading, because I feel like you guys are so goofy together, and it's so much fun when you guys are just vibing and like splitting, you know, some sour gummy worms at the movie theater. Maybe you guys, that's the second time that's come up, so maybe you guys really like movies together or watching certain things together. But I could see you guys just like spending the afternoon going to the mall and just doing random errands, but it's so much fun together. And like splitting, maybe you guys both have a sweet tooth or something, but you would like go to hit up like Haagen-Dazs and split a sundae. But it just feels like you guys are almost like two little kids like at the mall without their parents, you know what I mean? Where it's just so jovial and fun, and there's so much kind of love between you guys and just like a peaceful vibe. Let's get some more tarot. Spirit, please give me more guidance for pile 3. What is their next relationship, dating life going to be like? What is happening with their dating life next? We got 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so it's interesting. There's 2 cards about that. So we got Feast of Plenty and 10 of Pentacles. So maybe this person might have a lot of money, or you might have a good amount of money. They might be living in a really nice living situation, or just have like a really nice apartment that's just very bougie, upscale, luxe, or they might be very financially successful and well off. And you guys might also unleash each other's financial success by being together and by being on each other's team, is what I'm hearing. Like I feel like both of you guys are so supportive of each other, because pile 1, it's not just like, or pile 3, sorry, it's not like they just like cheer you on. I feel like you guys are so supportive as well. As a person, you're just like a kind-hearted person, so you're always going to be rooting for them. You're going to be willing to help them out, and so because of that, I feel like you guys end up like just doing really well in your career, and both of you guys kind of end up thriving and like getting promotions and doing really good, and everything just feels like a very positive forward momentum because of this relationship that you guys have. Let me get some more cards. Knight of Cups. Yes. Yeah, Knight of Cups is such a like, it's such a joyful, charming card to me. I feel like it's one of my favorite cards in the whole tarot. And it's like that charming energy that, you know, that person that could be really funny, know what to say, is kind of intuitive and but really chill about it. Doesn't take themselves too seriously, probably laughs and is just really great in conversation, probably very creative, probably very like easygoing, easy to talk to, and could like really talk to anyone. And I feel like that's something you guys bring out in each other. That might be this person's energy, but I do feel like they get nervous around you. So I wouldn't say they're like cool as a cucumber around you, but I feel like they tend to have a lot of friends, be able to maintain relationships. They might have a close family situation. I just feel like this person feels like a good person, a nice person, and just someone that you would want on your team. They might even be on like a kickball team, or like a sports hobby team, that kind of a thing. But I do feel like they would have a lot of friends, have a large friend group, and just get along really well with a lot of people. Okay, so we got the 3 of Swords, the Queen of Swords. And they might be very generous with you, again, with that 10 of Pentacles. They might be someone who's willing to like take you out wherever you want to go, or if they have some extra money, they're happy to spend it at a nice restaurant or whatever. I feel like they're very generous in general, like not just financially, but with their spirit. They're someone who will, you know, give up their shirt off their back if someone needs it, or might even donate to like charities, or they would always give money to a homeless person. They just feel like a really kind person who is very good-hearted and is always kind of trying to help, trying to be nice, trying to be kind. So yeah, very positive vibe with that energy. Let's get some song cards as well. And this person might be kind of traditional in some ways. With the Hierophant coming out, they might be someone who, like, you know, is a member of a church and will want to get married in that church, or is in a very traditional field, like they're an accountant and everything's very like orderly. They might be someone who, like I said, is very close to their family, and like if their mom is Russian, then every Sunday they come over to have some borscht or whatever, you know. They might be someone who, and stroganoff or whatever, they might be someone who is just very like family oriented, more traditional, and cares a lot about those like old connections and whatever, you know, religion they grew up in or whatever, the small town they're from, etc. So we got Storms, Fleetwood Mac, Alien Days, MGMT. Oh my god, I have not thought of that song in forever, by the way. And this Freckles card came out. Awful Things, Lil Peep. I need to listen. I don't even know why I put that in the love reading. I think I was listening to a lot at the time. I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston. 1,000 years, Christina Perry. See, that's such a loving vibe, and it's definitely the vibe of this energy that I'm picking up on Trip to Your Heart. Britney Spears. So there might have been a lot of heartbreak that had prompted this relationship. And I feel like that's what is such a relief to you guys, is it's kind of like, oh my gosh, so this is what it's supposed to be like. So this is what I was waiting for. And I feel like things just really fit into place so easily, kind of like a puzzle piece just clicking into place without a lot of effort, not having to like hack off the side to fit it in or try to pretend it's working. It's like you guys just vibe and you have a lot of interests and you have a lot in common, and it's just easy. It just feels really good. It just feels like I've known this person forever and I feel so comfortable with them, and I don't have to like worry what they're going to think. I don't have to worry about them judging me. I don't have to worry about what they're going to say, or whether I'm going to scare them off. I just feel so comfortable around them, and I know I can trust them on such a very deep level. So I feel like, honestly, also like being with them in the bedroom, you guys would probably have like a really great experience in the bedroom, because again, I feel like they go out of their way to really look after you, to make sure everything is really good for you. And I feel like you just feel really comfortable. They might make it very clear to you that they love your body, or that they're very they love everything they see. If you guys have insecurities about your body or anything like that, they might be very gentle and very caring towards you in that way. So yeah, there's just a level of comfort, honesty, and care that you guys have for each other. We also got LDN by Lily Allen and Dora Caroline Polachek. I was just listening to that song before this reading. That's really funny. But yeah, there's a spiritual component to this that I feel like once you guys get together, this might be a very long-lasting relationship. And even if it doesn't last forever, I feel like you will always be in each other's hearts, because I wouldn't be surprised if you guys were even siblings in like a past life, or best friends, and like there's almost that camaraderie, or that feeling of we're going through life together, we're seeing everything together. Like LDN by Lily Allen is all about like running around London and all the crazy things she would see on a day out walking around town. And I feel like you guys have that kind of vibe of like two friends who are like commiserating about like, did you see that? That's crazy. Did you see what this person told? Did you hear what this person told me? And like laughing about it and joking and dumping about the events of the day, like relax, like just releasing everything to each other, and just confiding in each other on such a deep level. So there's such a friendly, happy, very like careful vibe. I feel like you also look after them and are kind of protective of them as well. Let's get some astro dice to end this reading. Spirit, please give me guidance about who pile 3 is going to be dating next. So we got Mars, we got the 11th house, and then we got Libra. So we have Libra, we have Aquarius, and then we have Mars, which rules over Aries and Scorpio. So with Libra, I can definitely pick up the Libra vibes. Libra is very diplomatic, very kind, very gentle energy, very loving energy. And I feel like that is a vibe this person has. They might be kind of slick with approaching you, because Libras are like the hidden, I want to say sex symbol. I mean, people give Libras credit for that, but not enough credit, because Libras will be so slick with how they approach anyone about anything, even if it's not romantic, even if it's just like a business deal. But Libras are like the sniper from the side that will get exactly what they want without even breaking a sweat. And so I feel like, again, maybe that's why this person is kind of circling around you at first, not wanting to approach, not wanting to fully like put themselves out there, but they definitely have noticed you. With the 11th house, again, that's a friendship house. That's your friends and larger social circle. So you guys definitely might meet in that way. It also could be meeting through online dating. I'm getting those two scenarios really strong, or social media, because technology is related to the 11th house. And then we have also it being the house of friendship. So I really feel like you guys are going to meet through that kind of a way. And with the 11th house, you guys might have so many quirks in common that might even scare off someone else. Like someone might be like, oh my God, you're obsessed with XY TV show, oh, that's cringe. But this person totally gets it and they're like, oh my God, I'm a fan too. And I love this and I love that. Or like maybe you guys both love Disney or something like that, that someone else might be like, oh, that's lame. You need to grow up. But this person like totally gets it, same page as you. And you guys just have so much in common. And so also this aspect of this person being really good in bed, we have Mars energy, which rules Aries and rules Scorpio, and both of those signs have a lot of prowess just because of being Mars ruled. Mars is sexuality, among other things. So I feel like when you guys get together, like rest assured, you're going to be very satisfied in the bedroom. They're going to go out of their way to make you happy and do whatever they can. They're going to be very attentive to you in the bedroom for sure. And I feel like they'll just do whatever to kind of put a smile on your face if you know what I mean. So anyways, guys, I think that's what I have for you, Pile 3. I really hope it resonated. Let me know if it did in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys, love hearing your thoughts, your opinions, your feelings, all of it. So please let me know what you guys think of the reading, and if it resonated, also make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Give this reading a like if it did resonate. Also make sure to subscribe. Hit the bell as well to turn on notifications so you can find out as soon as I post and be the first to know. And also, if you guys like how I read tarot, then head on over to my Patreon to get access to all my additional readings. I just posted one all about what you can do to improve your love life. So we get some really great actionable advice on you on what you need to change or shift or do differently to bring in the kind of love life you've always dreamed of and wanted. So it's a really good advice one. But as soon as you sign up to my Patreon, you get access to not just that reading, but all of them, about 50 additional readings about life, love, spirituality, career, relocation, and so many different topics. So if you would like to join us over there, head to the link underneath the timestamps in the description and in the comments. And I would love to have you join us over on Patreon. And if you guys would like to see, or not see more, get a private special reading with me just for you, then you can head to my website, Briar Rose Tarot, where you can sign up for a half hour or a full hour-long session with me, have me pull tarot, read your astrology, channel mediumship or intuitively for you. You can have a be a year ahead reading, a love reading, career reading. Really, you have so many options to choose from. And yeah, you get to kind of choose how it goes. So if you would like to get that, go to my website, briarrosetarot.com. Link is in my description for that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am sending you so much love and light, and I will see you guys very soon in another reading. Take care, guys. Bye. Hey, Pile 4, so if you guys picked this yellow card, this is going to be your reading. So for your tarot, you guys got the Death card reversed, Nine of Pentacles, Justice reversed, the Sun, Knight of Pentacles reversed, the High Priestess, and the Knight of Swords. So your person is going to be a lot of fun to be around. I feel like this person is kind of the life of the party. They're probably very creative, probably someone who could talk to absolutely anyone, talk to a stranger, talk to like their boss and make friends with them. They're probably very good socially, and they might be a little bit of the center of attention. If this person is like white, they might be very tanned just by virtue of this is being their skin tone, or they might literally go outside and get a tan. Or obviously this person could also be darker skin, but I'm seeing kind of like a darker skin tone, some tan or something like that, some bronzed skin vibe. And I feel like they are very like hip and fashionable. I feel like a lot of people like what they're wearing, like their style, and like I said, they could really get along with anyone. They're not going to be super nerdy is what I'm getting, but there's someone who is probably going to be able to like tear up the dance floor or know whatever latest fashion trend. I feel like this person is very exciting, very excitable, probably gets very enthusiastic. Like instead of being like, oh yeah, that's okay, yep, yeah, I like that, they're going to be like, oh my God, it was awesome. That's the best thing I've ever seen. That's so cool. I love that. Wow, it's amazing. They're probably someone who, like I said, just has a lot of enthusiasm for everything. And I feel like it's going to be quite infectious to be around them. And honestly, not going to lie, this person could have a lot of opportunities to date around. They probably have a lot of other people who are romantically interested in them. The Knight of Wands generally does. So they probably have had other romantic opportunities, but they really like you and they really feel drawn to you. You guys might meet in a very luxurious or higher end setting. Or this person could just be earning a lot of money, and they might earn money in a way that doesn't require a ton of work for them, but might be something like residual stable income, or where they're able to live a lifestyle where they can still have fun, they can still be going out, or they can kind of be taking it easy and the money is just like coming in anyway. I feel like they kind of have that attitude towards life, like, oh, whatever, like it's only 400 bucks, just buy it. You know what, like they're very like kind of casual about things. They're not someone who like reads the fine print on a document. They're not someone who would like get super in their head and start worrying about a situation. They're probably pretty optimistic and happy-go-lucky. And if you guys are into like tarot and astrology and crystals and all of that jazz, they might think that's really sexy and really cool about you, and they might be into that too. They might also like do yoga or other mindfulness things, or have their own spiritual practices that involve those kinds of esoteric fields. So that might be something that you guys have in common, and one of the reasons why they feel really drawn to you is that they perceive you as having a little bit of high priestess energy, and they might have some of that energy themselves, where like they really want to go learn really intense meditation practices in Tibet, or maybe they're interested in like Buddhism, and so they want to start training in that. But I feel like they are very open to kind of this esoteric world, and so if they find out that you do tarot, or you are into astrology and stuff, they might really love that about you and think that's awesome. And I could also see this person being very mindful about what they eat. They might be very careful about eating organic, or have a kind of limited diet in a way where they might only eat things that are gluten-free, or only be vegan or pescatarian or something like that. But I feel like they are generally pretty health conscious. And looking at this card, actually there's lots of lettuce on there, so you guys might go out to restaurants that have a lot of like salads, or they might be just eating a lot of salads. But I do feel like this person, you know, they approach everything they do like 100% with a lot of enthusiasm. So if they're going to pick up like motor racing, they're going to do it 100%. They're going to like be practicing every single day and entering into tournaments. If they decide to start a garage rock band, they're going to start they're going to like practice every day, and they're going to be really good, and they're going to like play the drums in their garage every night, where you're like, oh my God, can this person shut up? But yeah, I feel like they just lean into everything they do. And honestly, that might be why they have built themselves a business, because they might be quite successful in a certain field, or they might work in like a creative field or tech or something kind of unconventional or entrepreneurial that allows them to kind of pursue their passions and do what they really love. I feel like this person loves to explore. I feel like they love to travel. They might want to travel with you and be kind of particular about the places they stay, like want to stay at a certain resort because it's like eco-friendly, or stay in a place that has like a history connection. But I feel like this person is super curious. They kind of have the personality of like a curious child that's always learning and always open and very invigorated, and can't wait to like go here and do that and try this. And so yeah, I feel like being with them, like even if you feel like you're old and jaded in your mindset, like they will rub off on you with like their enthusiasm and how they approach and see the world. So let's get some more, let's get some personality card characteristics for this person. So we got mouth. So they might have a very attractive mouth. They might have a very attractive way of moving their mouth, and you might be very drawn to that. They also might just be really good with their words and an amazing charismatic communicator, because I can definitely get that from this energy. They might be the kind of person who, you know, could sell anything to anyone, and just could, yeah, like just make whatever business deal happen, just connect with anyone, just meet a stranger on the street and become best friends with them. Yeah, I feel like, okay, so they might also have really nice hair. Okay, I'm seeing kind of longish hair for some of them. If they're a guy, maybe they just have like long hair. Standards can be different for a guy, so it might just be down to like his ears, or, you know, maybe past his ears or down to his neck, or it might even be longer. But you know, guy or girl, they might have slightly longer hair. Preppy. Okay, so they might have a preppy sense of style. Good gift giver. I feel like the thing is, this person might be a little bit of an empath, and they might be the kind of person where they literally get osmosis from the positive vibes from someone else. I wouldn't be surprised also if this person like really loves music, concerts, raves, even that kind of a thing. They might go to Burning Man or Coachella, but I feel like they're just very open, invigorated, into so many different things. They really live their life to the fullest, and they're a very vibrant type of energy. So I feel like that probably extends to the gifts they give, where they just love to like put a smile on someone else's face. Smart. Okay, yeah. And I do think, even though I said they're not a nerd, actually they could be kind of nerdy, but not like not like over the top nerd, like who wants to just sit inside and read books. You know what I mean? They might be like in tech and kind of nerdy, but now they party or something like that. Or they might be like have been nerdy when they were younger, but now they're like really they're like the life of the party in their social group or something. I don't know, but I just feel like, they're very like kind of, they might have ADHD or they might have trouble focusing. They're not a super the kind of person that wants to like stay inside and read 24/7 and not leave the house. They feel very extroverted to me. And we did get outdoorsy as well. So they might love camping. I could definitely see this person doing something like rock climbing or, oh, and as we say that, walk. So they might have an attractive walk, or they might just like to go for walks, like to go for hikes, that kind of a thing. Like to be outside camping in a tent and like going to crazy places, like traveling to the Galapagos Islands or Patagonia or wherever. Family oriented. So they might be someone who wants to start a family, is kind of what I'm getting. Good cook. And you know what I like about this person is I feel like even if they didn't start out being a good cook, they're the kind of person who would take a cooking class or sign up to like get trained by like a top chef or sign up to take a really intense cooking course, and they want to learn everything. They're very curious about the world. We got intellectual and smart. So yeah, I mean, probably nerdy was not the right word to use before, as that in they're not nerdy, but I guess I mean they're not like quiet nerd type. They're very like open and wanting to talk to everyone, and they're very like confident and unafraid of that. So I feel like they're quite curious. They're always learning, they're always doing things, they're always thinking of new ideas. And I feel like they really love having you with them as like their adventure partner. Like with you, they just feel like you can kind of match their energy and keep up. If you guys are also like outdoorsy or you're fitness oriented at all, they might really love that about you and about your relationship, because I feel like it's almost like you can hang with them. Like you are cool enough to be around them. You are someone that I feel like they really enjoy being around, and like you have natural energy to add to this as well. So you're not also the type that just wants to like sit at home, or if you are, this just might vibe with this person somehow. Maybe they like the fact that you're like the soft place to land, or your personality might change a little bit before this person comes in. They might suddenly make you look forward to going on hikes or going out in nature or something like that. Let's get some of these cards. So we got Joyful Muse, Inspiration. We got Lay of the Land, Ancestral Wisdom, Eyes of the Eagle, Rising Above the Fray, Straddling Worlds, Wandering Between Realms, and Netcaster, Preparations Come to Fruition. So a lot of people in this pile could also be super, super, super creative, even like a writer or a songwriter or a designer or an artist or something like that. And I keep having to change this word around because I can't find the right word for it, but I guess they might even stay at home a little bit. But it feels like to me, they're just a lot of curiosity in this pile. This is someone who probably is always learning, is always excited, is always doing things. So they might manifest it in different ways. I want to clarify because Spirit's telling me to. Some of them might not be going outdoors all the time, but I feel like what really unites the energy in this pile, because it is a general pick a card reading, is that this person is going to be relentlessly curious. They're always going to be learning. They're always going to be having new ideas. They're always going to be wanting to go places. They're always going to be wanting to explore, whether that's intellectually or in the actual physical realm. But this is someone who I feel like always has a million ideas, and this might be why they have such financial success, because it feels to me like they're kind of hard to get a hold of. Like a lot of people want to know them, a lot of people would love to be a part of their life, and I feel like they're actually very picky about who they spend time with, who they get to be around. And they don't really like most people. Most people aren't as curious, aren't as open, aren't as smart as they are. And I feel like pile 4, you are someone who can actually like add to conversations with them. And you might be doing some of the same things they're into. Like maybe you already practice wellness practices, or maybe you're also into esoteric things like tarot, astrology. But I feel like it's almost like they're not interested in someone unless they can learn from them. And they feel like they can really learn a lot from you. They really feel like you guys know a lot. and they might even be wanting to work spiritual practices into this relationship. So like having like a commitment ceremony that is, you know, preceded over by a shaman, or having like an exchanging of rings that's like done in like an old druidic way or something like that. But I feel like this person really has a very spiritual, intense side, and you guys might really love that and share that. They might even contact you on the astral realm before you actually meet them, because I do feel like this person might be into something like meditating, or even if they don't do meditating, maybe they are up on the astral realm while they're doing their creative work, because I feel like really a lot of them would have practices like painting or pottery or songwriting or writing, and you might be a bit of a muse for them. It feels like they are always kind of head in the clouds in a way, like always thinking of some grand idea, always thinking of some story that they want to write, always thinking of like some scenario or some new idea or new business or new invention. I'm seeing Murakami's images in my mind from like his movies. So maybe this person is into something like that, or they just have a very cool, unique way of dressing, a unique style. They might be into like street style or streetwear, or just dressing in a way that's kind of unconventional and really cool. And they might be a little bit of a trendsetter who's actually able to predict trends or predict what's going to be big before it becomes big, because I feel like this person actually might be a little bit of a visionary when it comes to a lot of things, and is someone who really thinks outside the box. They're not someone who just wants to dress in like a boring suit and have a 9 to 5 and just nothing really interesting going on. They're someone that would probably be into a band way before it ever blew up, or would be into like a healthy eating superfood before it becomes known to the rest of the public, or practices fasting, or does wellness rituals like that, or has green powder. Like I feel like this person is just very on the up and up, very smart, probably watches a lot of podcasts or listens to a lot of podcasts. Maybe they even listen to tarot videos or something like that. And they're working a lot on self-improvement. I feel like this person is always thinking of how they can grow, how they can improve, how they can get better. They might also have a really strong fitness regimen and be very much in shape. But yeah, they're very much curious about the world and always trying to see how they can improve things, how they can grow in a certain direction. So let's get some more tarot. Please, Spirit, can you tell me more about pile? Let me shuffle this. About pile 4 and the next person that they're going to be dating. I'm also hearing this person might be quite close to their family, especially if they have a sister. They're going to be very close and protective of their sister. What can you tell me about pile 4, Spirit? 10 of Pentacles, why am I not surprised? Yeah, this person definitely might have a lot of wealth, if not now, then in the future. But I feel like the wealth they're going to get comes from a lot of this energy, the 4 of Cups, where they are thinking all the time, they're envisioning things, they're, imagining, they're getting downloads from spirit. This is just someone who is highly creative and really has ideas that kind of come out of nowhere. Like they might have had a string of random businesses that do super well, or a bunch of secondary, income, I can't think of it, but like just income that just flows in without work. And so you might have friends that are like, oh my God, how does he make that money? Or how does she have is she like doing this ethically? Like, what the heck is this? How does this person make so much money? But I feel like a lot of it is they get visions and downloads from spirit, and they'll just randomly decide that they need to start working on this. And a lot of it is like coming from a spirit, but they're very much attracted to you. And I feel like sometimes you're like their soft place to land. Like you're the one they can talk to at the end of the day, that kind of like plugs them back into normal, makes them feel like a human again and not just be head in the clouds all the time. And you guys might share your creativity and like decide to work on a creative business together or something like that. So we got the 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, the Hanged Man. Spirit, what can you tell me about the next person pile 4 is dating? So we got the Page of Wands reversed. So maybe in the past they felt like they were a little bit too enthusiastic, a little bit too wand energy with going after what they really wanted in a very young way, and kind of not knowing how to approach it strategically. And I feel like they might have grown out of that a little bit. So when they first meet you, they might try to tamp down their enthusiasm, or they might have partners in the past who were like, oh my God, you're so ADD, like you never pay attention, or you're always running from this idea to that, like you never have your head screwed on straight, or like you come on way too strong or something like that. So when they first approach you, they might actually play it cool, kind of try to seem really chill, try to seem like they're not that into it, try to seem like, yeah, I mean, you're okay, but whatever. But I feel like deep down, they like you so much, and they're kind of competitive, and like they do get jealous of other people around you. They do get jealous with other guys, and they would probably try to win you, or other girls, and they would probably try to win you over a little bit by talking about their accomplishments. So don't get turned off if you feel like this person is like bragging a little bit at first, because I don't feel like that's actually what they're trying to do. I feel like that's just how this person is, like they're convinced they're going to have to win you over by showing some value or something. So they're like, let me show pile 4 what I can do. Let me bring my A game. Let me make sure that I'm showing them all I have to offer them, because otherwise they might not be with me. So underneath all this confidence, there might be a little bit of insecurity. And I feel like with your grounding energy, pile 4, you can do a lot to help them heal from this, and to kind of give them some understanding and some love back that makes them feel like really understood, and like you actually see the positives of all these qualities, that you're not like, oh my God, just calm down, or like, why do you always have to be painting, or why don't you just focus, or wow, you've got so much energy, just relax. So yeah, they really appreciate that you kind of make a home for them in that way, just your energy, not like physical home, but like you're their home. Let's get some song cards for pile 4. So this one says Moi je joue, Bridget Bardot. Okay, love is a losing game, Amy Winehouse. I think I have some moisturizer on my hand, let me rub that in. Okay, You Da One, Rihanna. Super Bass, Nicki Minaj. Style, Taylor Swift. I feel like when you guys get together, this person is definitely going to want to take you on some kind of vacation or some kind of a trip, and they find you so attractive. I'm thinking of those lines from Style where she's like, in my, what is it? My red lipstick and my tight little skirt. And I feel like that's the thing, is they might really love to see you like dressed up. Like I feel like they might take you out to like really nice restaurants just so they can tell you like, babe, put on your heels, let's get all dressed up. Or maybe if you're a guy asking about a woman, she might really love to get dressed up, and she might want you to take her to nice restaurants so she has an excuse to get all dressed up and put on her lipstick and put on her, nice heels and whatnot. But yeah, I feel like this person, especially if they're a masculine and you are a woman, they are wanting to take you out and to really like show you off. And that might be a little bit of a turn on for them, is like going out and just seeing everyone's heads turn as you walk into the room, and seeing how good you look, seeing how amazing your body is, and all of that. I feel like they see you as very, very attractive, and they like that, like there's something kind of mysterious about you guys, pile 4. Like you guys aren't the type that, I think they put a lot of themselves out there, and they tend to be very honest and forthright and just kind of like say exactly what they're thinking or feeling. And I feel like there's something a little bit more reserved about you, pile 4, where you guys aren't putting it all out there on the table. You're holding yourself back a little bit, and I actually think that creates a lot of intrigue for them, where they're super, super curious about you. But again, they might be very well traveled and have a million crazy stories about how they like stayed up all night and watched the sunrise from a rock over the ocean in Indonesia, or I think Indonesia has an ocean. If not, please don't blame me in the comments. Or they might have a story about how they rode a train through like the French countryside, and they hopped the train illegally or something. Or they might have a crazy story about how they like played a prank on their high school principal, but it was like the most elaborate prank, and they put the principal's car on the roof, you know, or something absolutely crazy. But I feel like they have so many cool stories, so many cool places they've been, and they're so curious and open about the world. And I really wouldn't be surprised if this person ends up earning a lot of money. So, you know, they might be a good long-term potential, but the only thing is I feel like they might lose, they're very ADHD and easily distracted. And so, you know, they might be the type to like lose interest, not in you per se, but just in general. I feel like they're always on to the next, trying something new, going new places. So if you can keep a hold of them, I feel like this person would definitely be someone who's probably going to earn money and you're never going to be bored with them. I also feel like they would really love your friend group. And if you guys don't already have the same friend group, you might really enjoy meeting up with, joining your friend group together and actually like merging it into one and seeing how you guys get along. I feel like their friends will love you as well and think you're so cool, think you're so much fun to be around. But it feels like you guys just never have a dull moment. They're always doing things, they're always going places. They might also be into like biking or some kind of fitness practice like CrossFit, because I just feel like being active is going to be an important part of their life and possibly your life as well when you're with them. Let's get some astrology dice for pile number 4. So we got Leo, definite Leo energy for sure. 12th house, Pisces, and Saturn, Capricorn. So we have Capricorn, Leo, and Pisces coming through. So they might have placements in those signs. So with Capricorn, that is the 10th house, house of honors, house of career. I really do feel like their career is going to be a big deal for them. Just a big theme in their life. I feel like they really love what they do and they're very passionate about what they do. It means a lot to them, whatever they're working on. They might be also into like some charities or something, or running a charity or trying to fund a charity or doing things that might relate to like social justice or other causes or something like that. But I do feel like career is going to be a major factor. So that might be something that sometimes gets tricky in the relationship where you're like, babe, come on, we haven't had dinner together in like 2 weeks. And they're like, I'm still at work. I'm sorry. Like, please, I'll take you out this weekend. And I promise I'll take you on an amazing trip to a bed and breakfast nearby. But you're like, oh my God, like I haven't seen you in like a week or something. And, or like I've seen you, but not for dinner. I want to go out and have a nice dinner. But I feel like, you know, this person's career does play a role in things. But again, I feel like when they're with you, they are very focused on you and they do really, really do genuinely care and they want your approval. They really love it. So just don't be too offended if something like that does happen. Then we have a Leo energy and they're definitely center of attention vibes. I feel like this person, you know, when they walk into a room, a lot of people are just blown away by their energy. Leo has such an amazing natural energy, natural intensity. They're also kind of the star. Like they tend to like love to perform. They love to tell stories. They love to be the center of attention. They love to show themselves off. They love when everyone in the room is like looking at them and being like, oh, that's so funny. So again, I feel like this person is naturally that way, but remember never to hate on that, because sometimes people get really triggered by Leos shining brightly. And I really think it's important that we all, you know, of course I would never scold anyone, but like I think sometimes people can be like, oh my God, they're trying to show off again. But it's just part of Leo's destiny on this planet to, you know, shine their light brightly and to spread their light with the world. And sometimes that is through like performing or whatever. And I feel like this person is the type to like always have the group in stitches, always be telling jokes, always have everyone looking at them. Not that they're like a clown, but just, you know, they tend to attract attention. They tend to be that person that's just, everyone wants to get to know them. Everyone is drawn to them. Everyone is like, who is that person? And wow, did you see that guy at the party tonight? He was on fire. He kept telling all these jokes. He was so fun. You know, that kind of vibe of like Leo. So that's for sure. And 5th house is also house of creativity, creative work. So again, this person might be very highly creative and be into some creative work. They might do that in their actual workplace, or they might just have it as a hobby. But honestly, I feel like this person is really gifted at it. And it might be something you guys have in common. Maybe you both like to write, or you both like to do pottery, or their creativity inspires your creativity and you inspire them, and blah, blah, blah. But I feel like this can be a very creatively fruitful relationship. And that's also echoed in the 12th house of Pisces, which is such a creative sign. And they love all creative projects, you know, anything creative, painting, writing. You know, Leo and Pisces have that in common very much, is they kind of have a need to express themselves creatively and do something creative. And when Pisces does it, they generally get downloads from the astral plane that inspire them. So they're very psychic as well. So it tends to be something that they're not just writing a story, but they're actually downloading something from spirit and feeling like they have to express this kind of psychic channeling that they're getting. So I feel like, you know, this person is doing really exciting stuff, and I feel like this person is just super exciting to be around, and they might introduce you into like this whole new world and make you realize this different puzzle piece of yourself, where you're like, you know what, I never thought about writing a song, but they were showing me how to like work through GarageBand, and actually maybe I could do a song myself, and maybe I should start a SoundCloud. But I feel like they just, you know, their lust for life, how open they are, they're the kind of person that they wouldn't just eat a sandwich, they would be like, oh, it's the most amazing sandwich ever, it was so good, oh my god, the tomatoes were so fresh and the ham was incredible. And I feel like their enthusiasm rubs off on everyone, and you guys will really have so much fun with them. It's going to be just a blast of a relationship, and like I said, they might be making a lot of money or taking you out to really, really nice surroundings, high-end restaurants, that kind of a thing. So anyways, guys, I really hope that resonated. Let me know if it did in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys, love hearing your thoughts, opinions, your reflections, all of it. So let me know in the comments how it resonated for you. Also, make sure to like this video if it did resonate, give it a thumbs up, and if you guys want to subscribe, I would love to see you here again. Make sure to subscribe, turn the notifications on by hitting that bell, and then you can be the first to know as soon as I post. And if you guys would like to see more of my readings, then head on over to my Patreon, where I post all my additional readings. I just posted one all about how you can improve your love life, how you can get the dream love life you've always wanted. So it gives some really great actionable advice on what you can do to manifest love faster, or what you should change, what you should be doing differently. But that's not the only reading over there. We have about 50 additional readings about life, love, spirituality, career, relocation, and so many different topics. So if you guys would like to see more of my readings, that's where you can go to find them. And once you sign up, you get access to everything. So if you'd like to join us over there, head to the link underneath the timestamps in the comments, underneath the description in the comments, and join us over on Patreon. Also, if you guys would like to get a private one-on-one reading with me, you can also get that at my website, briarrosetarot.com. Sign up for a half hour or a full hour-long session with me. Have me channel for you, pull tarot, channel mediumship, or intuitively do your astrology. You can get a year ahead reading, a career reading, love reading. You get to really choose what we talk about, and you can get pre-recorded reading or a live session, so you really get to decide how it goes. So if you'd like to get one of those, then head to my website, briarrosetarot.com. Link is in my description for that, to get a reading with me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am sending you so much love and light, you guys. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you guys back here very soon. Take care. Bye.